interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast. The German news agency Transocean said today in a broadcast.
Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in.
Yesterday, arguably the most polarizing Joker in the history of ever was announced to be coming back for an upcoming Justice League movie. Everyone lost their minds. I lost mine too, but only because I love DC and I wanted to talk about it. So here is a video now talking about Jared Leto returning as Joker. Of course, when I recorded and shot and edited this video, there was a whole presidential debate going on and Twitter losing their minds over that. You guys are kind of masochists if you think about it. If you've already decided on who you're voting for, why the hell are you watching this debate? Is it because you like pain? Are you a sucker for pain, like the song from the Suicide Squad soundtrack? Do you like watching the car crash in slow motion, the beginning, the middle, and the end? It's like, damn, you guys just really love torturing yourselves. Or maybe you just think it's entertaining. I don't know. Watch whatever you want. In case you did not hear, Hollywood Reporter did come out with that report yesterday confirming that not only was Jared Leto returning to reprise his role as the Joker for Zack Snyder's upcoming Justice League movie, but also that he's going to be filming additional photography for the film. Obviously, like I said, the internet lost their minds and behaved kind of how I would expect them to behave when it comes to Jared Leto.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Perfect.
Yes, excellent.
There's no in-between with Jared Leto's Joker. You either love his Joker or you hate his Joker. Before I get into what this actually means for Justice League, maybe I should actually tell you guys what my opinion is on Jared Leto as Joker. I understand and get that first impressions are everything, okay? First impressions can set the tone for everything that you know about a person going forward. If you guys just tuned into this channel and you notice how charming and handsome and whatever and funny that I am, I mean, obviously that's gonna make you want to stick around for more videos. But imagine if your first impression of me was somebody who forgets a bunch of names and has a bunch of corny ass jokes. How would you feel differently about me? You know what? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. We're gonna keep our relationship where it is. You know, we're not gonna mess everything up with a bunch of unnecessary truths right now. Point is, first impressions do matter, and so I understand the people that saw Jared Leto's Joker and they're like, you know what? I don't like it. I don't like the way he talks. I don't like the way he acts. Maybe you have problems with the design. While I appreciate the design, I don't like some of the tattoos and stuff like that. If your first impression of Jared Leto was fuck him, I hate him, he's the worst Joker, I can't really argue against you because that's your first impression. And even though he wasn't in that movie back in 2016 for that long, you have the right to that first impression and somebody can make an impression on you even in limited time. So I understand that. It's not what I expected and I was a little bit disappointed, but I don't hate his Joker. I just wish that we had more time to see his Joker. So we're gonna get a more extended look at his Joker. And this also made me think like Chris Terrio was the guy who wrote the script for Justice League. So does this mean that we're gonna get some Joker dialogue that has to do with Chris Terrio writing it? Man, that is just something to think about because Chris Terrio gave me some of my favorite lines and quotes. Yeah, Batman v Superman, he wrote the script for that. And I know that Chris Terrio, he's kind of like, you know, polarizing just like Jared Leto is because of his work on Rise of Skywalker or, you know, whatever. So I get that part of it. But overall, I just feel like having his dialogue written by Chris Terrio is immediately going to be a huge plus to Jared Leto no matter what happens. So I didn't hate Jared Leto's Joker, but I also didn't see enough to really feel strongly about his Joker. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see more of it. I was kind of like, it wasn't all that good. There were some good moments. There were some bad moments. I kind of need to see more to form a stronger opinion, but right now I'd be okay with not seeing his Joker anymore. I'm curious to see what Snyder is going to pull out of Jared Leto as Joker. You know that Jared Leto cares about the role. You know, he was very passionate about it. So right off the bat, Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder directing and writing. That makes me more interested to see this Joker than maybe I would have been otherwise if they just announced, oh yeah, Jared Leto's back as Joker. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Are we actually gonna get to see more of him this time? Now, maybe I'll have more of a chance to be a bigger fan of him. Or I could still hate him. I don't know. That's just one of the unknown possibilities of life that we all have to deal with. I mean, who knows how it's gonna turn out, but hey, I'm gonna be watching and so are you, most likely. The thing that makes this interesting for Jared Leto's Joker is, even if he's back for Justice League, which he is, what kind of role are we gonna be seeing? And now, I want you guys to think about this. We have a Justice League movie or series or whatever is coming out. We have that coming to HBO Max, and we're going to have, for the first time in recorded history, in live action, in a movie or series at the same time, Deathstroke, Lex Luthor, 2 versions of Darkseid, and now Joker.
Daddy, yes!
Process that shit for a second. DC fans, we have been starving for decades to have this type of awesome shit being shown in some kind of live action format. No, Darkseid on Smallville doesn't count. Don't make me go get the receipts. Point is, it's actually really awesome that we get to see these villains show up in Justice League and that we're still in the dark about a lot of their roles. Like, we don't know how or what Snyder and his people, what they have planned for a lot of these guys. My first thought also went to the nightmare sequence. If you guys remember, like in the first trailer for Justice League, there was that future nightmare sequence that was teased in Batman v Superman. If you remember, you saw like the Hall of Justice and you saw like Wonder Woman's shield, you saw Aquaman's trident, whatever, but then you also saw a Joker card fly past the screen. Snyder doesn't do shit on accident. What if we're gonna be getting a lot more of the extended nightmare sequence than we actually thought? Joker is somehow alive in this nightmare future with Batman, and maybe we get to see how all that plays out. Maybe we get to see how Joker dies in the future. I don't know. It makes me think that Snyder is gonna go even harder as far as building the seeds for a Legion of Doom type of thing. Like maybe the Legion of Doom, maybe this, like the initial like Justice League 1 or Justice League 2 for HBO Max, maybe that's gonna focus on the Darkseid saga, and then after that, maybe they'll come in with Legion of Doom. Remember that post-credit scene where apparently Deathstroke and Luthor met up on his yacht, and apparently there's going to be a longer sequence in this movie of Deathstroke breaking Luthor out of prison, which yay for that. I can't wait to see that. But if you remember, Luthor was hinting very, very heavily at Legion of Doom at the end of that movie. So, okay, now that Joker's gonna be in this, are we gonna get an extended sequence of Deathstroke and Luthor and Joker? Are we actually gonna get to see that building, that dawn of the Legion of Doom? Like Dawn of Justice for Batman v Superman, Dawn of Legion of Doom. I don't know, maybe they could do that. Worst case scenario would be that this is only for like a cameo or something like that, like Jared Leto's Joker comes back for Justice League. Luthor is in Arkham or whatever. Deathstroke breaks him out of Arkham. Although I don't think Joker was in Arkham at the end of Suicide Squad. Whatever, some time has passed, obviously, since Suicide Squad, so maybe Joker did get captured and put in Arkham. Who knows? But the worst case scenario would be that it's just a cameo where we see Deathstroke break Luthor out and we see Jared Leto's Joker. He's in Arkham, he's causing problems, but it's really just like an extended 2 to 3 5-minute cameo. Highly doubt that Jared Leto, being the busy man that he is, being that he's also attached to play Morbius in the upcoming Sony SpiderMan projects, I highly doubt that he would be committed to come back and film additional photography just for an extended cameo. It just feels like there's something bigger going on here. But the way that the original article of The Hollywood Reporter also tied it into the Suicide Squad from 2016 makes me think, okay, so if Suicide Squad and Justice League are now kind of tied together, if not thematically, then at least with Jared Leto's Joker being a factor in both movies, then obviously that makes people think, okay, what about the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad? Come on, you were thinking it, I was thinking it, everyone was thinking it. Does this more of a positive sign that David Ayer's version of Suicide Squad, you know, the one that didn't come out in 2016, but the one that we've heard so much about over the last few years, does that mean that that one is closer to being a reality? For me, I don't think this is just an extended cameo. I think definitely we're getting a lot more Justice League than we think we're getting, and I do think that this sets up for the David Ayer Suicide Squad. I do think that is going to be a much bigger part of the future for HBO Max than maybe people think. Well, I'm interested to see Jared Leto's Joker being given dialogue written by Chris Terrio, and I'm also interested to see him being directed by Zack Snyder. Again, Zack Snyder, David Ayer, two different people, two different directing styles. Zack Snyder has never had a chance to direct Jared Leto in a movie, so I'm excited to see what that looks like. This makes me think like, okay, are we finally going to get some Ben Affleck Batman and Jared Leto Joker? Like, are we gonna actually see them interact? No, 2016 does not count, okay? Batman stood on the roof of a car or whatever, and Joker and Harley were just like laughing about it. That's not the same thing. That's not an interaction. I wanna see Batfleck and Jared Leto's Joker actually interact, actually have words. Have Jared Leto's Joker laughing while Batfleck beats the shit out of him, like something. I have no idea how that scene would manifest itself in a Justice League movie or series, but I just wanna see it, you know? Oh, do you hate Jared Leto's Joker? Yeah, okay, I get it. But tell me, what are you most excited for in Zack Snyder's Justice League coming up? And if you are excited for Jared Leto's Joker, give me some of your theories on what they're gonna do, how they're gonna handle that. Stay mellow, people, stay safe. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show. And as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.